So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert. This is your first time tuning in. So today we're going to quickly talk about exercise and why it's important for success and how to incorporate it into your life so it doesn't become an extremely difficult task. A lot of people always complain that they don't have the time to do it, they don't have the energy to do it, and things like that. So I'm going to quickly talk about how I get it done versus how I used to do it. I've tried many different ways. I've been, trying to stay healthy for many years. So I've tried a lot of different ways. Some have worked, some have not. So we're going to quickly talk about that today. Now, this comes about because I have some friends who are trying to get in better shape. We're getting older, right? These are all like high school classmates. We're all getting older. So now we're realizing we need to take care of ourselves. And this, just exercising in general rolls into other parts of your life. You start taking care of yourself, you start feeling better, you start having more energy, then you start doing better in work, you start doing better in your business, you start making more money. It kind of just is a snowball effect. You start off with one good thing, multiple good things happen and follow after that. That's kind of what I've noticed as well, just in life. You usually need to get the ball rolling. Once it gets rolling, it's like a snowball. It just keeps building and building and building. And before you know it, it's unstoppable and you can't stop it. So what I see a lot of people doing is, or what I've heard people doing and see people doing, is they wait to work out after they get off of work. That's a terrible idea. It's super difficult, super hard to do it, and to not only get it done, but to get it done and to where it's productive and where it's actually going to do something for you. Because let's be real, nobody wants to work out after working an 8-hour day, or if you work like in the oil fields or any of these areas where there's manual labor, nobody wants to go run or lift after working a 12-hour day, if not longer, right? Nobody wants to do that. Everyone's tired. Everyone just wants to go home and relax. So we are going to talk about running and lifting here in the video as well, but nobody wants to do that. So how I've gotten around from doing that to make sure that I take care of myself first and I do what I need to do that makes me feel good is I incorporate it first thing in the morning. It's the first thing I do. I will wake up, shower, and I will either lift or run depending on what day it is. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I wake up every single morning excited to do these things, because I don't. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I wake up right on the dot every time my alarm goes off, because sometimes I don't as well. Sometimes I have a late night. I'm either go eat dinner or we go to the movies, whatever, and I am tired the next day, so I'll sit there staring at the ceiling for another 30 minutes before I finally get up. So it's easier said than done, but generally speaking, majority of the time I will wake up super early, between 5 and 6, usually about 5:30, and I will start my day. And I start my day by either lifting or running. Now it depends. Right now we're training for some runs, so I like to get my running done first if it's a run day, because it's super difficult to lift and run at the same time. So I'd like to do my running first, or sometimes I'll break up my running first in the morning and then I'll lift in the afternoons. But generally speaking, but the most important thing is that you have to do it first, because if you wait till after work, you're probably not going to get it done, especially for people who have kids, have a family. It's super difficult. You're already tired and now you have so many more distractions that you can't focus on lifting or running. Now, I will say I always feel better after a run than I do after a lift. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's called the runner's high or what is it. I don't know what it is about it, but I do feel a lot better after a long run for whatever reason. So now, don't get me wrong, when I lift, yeah, I feel good, I feel great, but I don't feel as good as I do when I run. And I just got recently into running 2-3 months ago. It hasn't been that long, but I definitely feel a difference and I feel better running. Now, when I'm sitting there in bed, I'm thinking about not running. I hate running. It's hard. I don't like doing it, but I do feel the best after I do that one task. So I still get it done, but it is harder to get me out of bed when I have to do a long run, because I know it's gonna be challenging. I know it's gonna be an hour of me just being in my own mental space while I'm running. So it's really difficult. So the first things first, just to recap, you need to get out there and you need to get it done first thing in the morning. Even if you have a job, maybe wake up an hour early and get some workout in, get some movement in before you go to work. You're gonna feel better. You're probably gonna do better in your job. It'll probably lead to more money because now you're just a better employee, or you're a better business person, whatever it is. It kind of rolls off into other parts of your life. And also, if you have kids, if your kids see you, working out or running or exercising, kids tend to do what the parents do, right? They don't necessarily listen to verbally what you say, but they listen to what they see you do. So if they see you trying to stay active, trying to stay fit, healthy, they're probably going to do the same thing, or they probably want to join you or whatever, right? Now, what are some of the reasons, running or working out first thing in the morning? What are some of the benefits of it? What are some of the things you feel from doing that? Well, you feel accomplished. You already got one of the hardest things for your day done so early. You feel good. It's kind of like that snowball I mentioned earlier. You had one good thing. Now you just had, you finished your workout, you finished your run. You have one good thing going so far in the morning, and your day's just begun. So now it rolls into another snowball. Now let's just say you have more energy at work now. You went for a 3-mile, 5-mile, 6-mile run. You feel good, you feel great. Now you're more cheerful. Now people see that and it kind of rubs off, and now everyone else is in a better mood. Maybe you get a promotion because now you're just more friendly. Now you're working more, you're working harder because you have more energy, because you've been working out, running, etc. Now you're making more money. Now it leads to better things for your kids. This thing just snowballs over and over and over again. And that's what I mean by, it starts with you, and it probably starts with your mentality too, and then it works into your body. So once you get this thing straight, then you can do it for your body, and then everything else just kind of falls in place. It just happens. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but once you get it all situated, everything just starts to fall in place. Everything aligns based off of the environment. So yeah, I hope that was informational, beneficial, and you got some value out of that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.